You are in the right place if you know you have massive value to provide for people, and there's something mentally that's just in the way, and you can feel it. You can feel that you're like, it's right there. You might even be feeling a little bit of bitterness, a little bit of resentment, a little bit of like, why do others have this success and I don't? You might start to feel even more negative emotions because you're just not quite where you want to be. I have a very special guest with me today. I'm going to bring her on screen in just a second. She is a magical human being who has been making a difference in the medical field for people who are on the same journey as her, right? When you see her, you're not going to believe this, but she used to be almost double her own weight, okay? And she has a proven strategy to navigate that in a way that gets long-term results. But despite her ability to knock it out of the park for her clients, there was something in the way. And I'm going to bring her on so that those of you who are in that pickle right now might hear something that will help you to shift your mindset and understand exactly how close you are to, I don't know, maybe experiencing your first $10,000 week or day. She'll give us the full scoop on that. But I'm having her come here because you deserve this, okay? So I'm gonna shift screen here and I'm gonna bring her on right now. Okay, let me get this out of the way and let me get this. Jessica, how are you?
Good, Joy. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with me today. I want to, before we get to the good stuff, I want you to let us tap in to where you were at before you made the change. Because as you well know, when you're in that funk, you're in it. Like you are in a bubble where unless you decide to pop it and get out yourself, nothing anybody else tells you is ever going to land. So could you start by just talking to us about like how you were honestly feeling, like what was really stewing in your thoughts and in your heart?
So I was going along working, and I have a very good practice. I have lots of patients that I see. And as I was working and working and working and just started to feel like I wasn't getting enough compensation for what I was doing, I started to see people around me enjoy success. And instead of feeling happy for them, I instead was feeling envious. And I just kept working harder, thinking working harder would make money come in, and that's not actually what happened. The more harder that I worked, the more upset and bitter and jealous that I got, and I got to a point where I could not enjoy anybody else's wins at all. And I'm in the Practitioner Accelerator group, and I had a hard time even just being in the group, listening to the positive experiences and the wins that others were experiencing because I was just so feeling this feeling of being bitter and angry and jealous of other people's successes. And to be honest, it was from a financial standpoint. I felt like I wasn't making enough money and was getting very, very frustrated by that.
Exactly. Okay. So if I'm understanding you correctly, there was some disparity that you were stuck in. So in other words, you saw where you were and you saw where other people were. And instead of letting that be, oh, that's the end of the tunnel that I want to get to, you completely fell into focusing on the gap between where they were and where you presently felt you were at that moment. So you just got kind of stuck in that despair between the gap of where you were and where you wanted to be. Does that sum it up somewhat accurately?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I felt like where I wanted to be was getting further and further away.
Yeah.
To the more negative I got, it just kept getting further and further, and I couldn't get out. I didn't know how to get out.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And then I'm just going to share for anybody watching this video the clue for me that something was going on with Jessica was, I think it was one of our live sessions, like the quarterly strategic planning. And we were in a side room and she just revealed she was very honest and she was very open. And she was like, look, I'm just pissed and I'm bitter and I'm mad. And she felt comfortable enough to just really state what was her truth in that moment. And from sharing that truth, we did some like, oh, okay, let's look at our language, let's look at our energy, let's look at that. And then fast forward, I don't know, Jessica, maybe 3 months or something, I got a communication from her and it was the same language and the same tone and the same sentiment. And that's when I got on a call with her and I was like, listen, We know from the proof that your peers are seeing, we know that the process works. We know we're putting the right things in front of you to have it work. And no matter what plan or process I put in front of you, that path is not going to work unless your energy, your mission, your vision is aligned with that. And when you're trying to walk a path of action, right? I firmly believe, you guys, anybody in the marketing space can help you can help you come up with offers, can help you market it. And it will work if you do the work and if you're energetically aligned with the mission that you want to bring to life. Okay. So when I got that email from her, our call was not really about tweaking her action plan, was it? Did we really
No,
did we talk much about action plan?
no, not at all. Mindset shift.
Exactly. And so what I asked her was like, okay, we know that this process works. You're seeing that from your peers. Can we dig a little bit deeper into what's going on with you? What's going on in your heart? And to be honest, she was carrying a heavy load, right? Something happened in her husband's work. And so there's that mama bear with that extra weight on the shoulders. And we all know how that is. Like we've all had times in our marriage, in our partnership where we had to pick up a heavier load. We've all been under that stress. So we can all relate to exactly what that is. But with her focus being on that gap and the disparity between where she wanted to be and where she was, that's where all of her negative emotions were swirling. And when I asked her to recenter herself around her own journey and what it meant for her to literally cut her own weight in half and experience none of the sagging skin, none of the weird, jowls that can happen, none of those things, none of the, losing your outer eyebrows, having a ton of hair loss. When I actually had her tap back into what was that win like for you and how committed are you to bringing that to everybody else who wants what you've done. Because we had to remind her that she's walked this walk. She's already done it. She's been there 100%. She's done it. She has the path to lay out in front of people. And her making that shift, we're going to go into the financial wins in a minute and what that felt like her for a minute. But for any of you who are in that pickle right now, let me tell you that I know for damn sure when Jessica puts that path in front of the people who invest in her to get those weight loss results, to get back to a body they love, to do it with health and not starving themselves and being unhealthy, but to do it in a way that actually works long term. When she helps them on that path, I know that God will put in front of her, the universe will put in front of her people whose mindset will be so mad that other people in her group have already lost 20 pounds, have already lost 40 pounds, have already lost 100 pounds, and they're stuck on a plateau. And her own experience in having to break through her mindset will be something that she will pass on to the people in her group. Okay. So I want you to hear her story because I want you to break out of your own funk and reshift to your mission. Okay. I also want you to know that when you're serving other people, the universe will serve up people who have that exact same challenge in front of you. And your experience of getting through that mindset funk and getting the results that you want, you will pass that same ability to get through and make that mind shift onto the people that you serve. Okay. So I'm going to switch back over here because I want you to get this story from her. So Jessica, when we spoke, you immediately recentered around your ability, the proof that you had gotten those kind of results. You immediately cranked out your content construct. You immediately revisited your whole course outline and you set to work on that, serving one-on-one with that same course curriculum that will be the group program that will then be the DIY course. Tell me what happened when you did that. Not the financial win just yet, but tell me what happened for you when you shifted your attention from the money that you weren't making to the mission you were on to give people that same joy you experienced when you lost the weight and were feeling like yourself again.
Exactly. So once I really just sat with it and realized how far I had come personally and that I had done that transformation, I focused then just on the patient transformation and going in and just trying to feel their transformations. And doing that, I just really started to open up and felt like a weight had been lifted. I didn't feel that envy and jealous anymore. I just was so focused on moving ahead and helping these patients and doing the transformation piece for them, having them experience what I experienced. I just pushed ahead and with a whole attitude of gratitude, and being grateful for how far I had come and wanting people to experience the same transformation that I had experienced.
And then when you did that, so you guys, like if this is you and you're focused on the lack of money, my request is to do what Jessica did and shift all of that energy toward focusing on what's the mission, right? So her mission was to get her clients the same exact amazing results that she received herself, okay? And as soon as she shifted from lack of money to what's the mission, what do I want to give in order to get the money, right? When you're focused on your mission, you're automatically putting your energy toward the thing that is just going to bring money in like naturally, because you're on a mission to provide the same joy, the same elation that comes when those people pass the mirror and they're like, yeah, that's me. Like I did that. I did that for myself, right? When she became so focused on cultivating that kind of joy, that kind of health, that kind of energy for her clients, tell us exactly what started happening for you in your body, money-wise. Tell us what happened after you made that shift.
Well, I felt lighter, happier, more joyful at work, even just in my, in my interactions with patients. And then I just became like I was on a roll. And then I just had that one really good day that I know you don't want me to mention yet, but I had.
No, go for it. This is the perfect time. What did it feel like to have your first 10K day?
I had my first 10K day. I just had a day that it was just, the energy was flowing and It was so positive, and patient after patient kept coming in and everybody was paying, and it ended up that day I took in over $10,000 in one day.
Yes.
So
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. And your energy serving even without the money. So obviously the money is an energetic return on your commitment to them being able to experience the same weight loss that you experience. And Jessica, just for the community, what was your total weight loss experience? Like what were you able to manifest for yourself in terms of your weight loss?
Oh, myself, 240 pounds, and I lost 120 pounds. So
I love it.
I'm half of what I used to be.
Exactly. She's double who she used to be, but she's half the weight. Right? Yeah. So in creating those results for herself, like she already knew that she had what it takes to get those results, right? Now that's the danger, you guys. When you know you have what it takes to get your people results, and the money isn't showing up, that's where you can steamroll yourself into stinking thinking and bitterness and upset and resentment, because you know that you have it. And so rightfully, you're upset that like it's not getting out to the people who need it. There's an energy block in the flow of the universe that wants money to be pouring into you. But instead of putting that focus on the lack of money, she put the focus back on the mission to give them access to that same path that worked. And that's when it happens. That's when she had her first 10K day. But more importantly, did you hear what she said? Going through the office on a mission to bring those people that level of joy, that level of health, like just give us a little peek into the difference of that day versus the difference prior to that, like your days prior to that.
Days prior to that, just frustration, just patient after patient just seeming not happy. Me realizing now that I was probably me reflecting on them, but just being frustrated at work, feeling like even though I was getting results, I just wasn't feeling it with the patients. But once I got refocused on the mission, like you said, the transformation piece of it for them, like I had experienced, it's just a different energy. It's a different flow.
Completely. All right, so the big takeaway that I want you guys to get from this is no matter what path you walk to get your mission to more people, make sure that your energy, your focus, your attention is on giving. on giving, providing the same joys, happiness, results, whether it's weight loss or, if you're in fertility, it's people having that baby in their arms, right? If it's autoimmunity, people getting their health back, anything, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're specializing in, so long as you're showing up in service of the people that are in your audience getting those results, the money will come. Right? But as soon as you start focusing on the lack of money, the lack of, you being having the notoriety in your niche that you want, as soon as your energy goes there, you're pulling money out of your own pocket and you're lessening the number of people that will be affected by your mission. All right. Now, I'm super proud of Jessica for what she has done, right? Because I could draw her attention to that all I wanted. I could ask her to look at her language all I wanted till I was blue in the face, okay? She could blame her failures on me for not providing enough or not giving her the right path. She could have blamed all of this on me and just went off and complained like many of y'all do, right? Because I have sales calls with a lot of practitioners who want to blame everybody else who tried to help them in the past, okay? So this is a calling for all of us who are on a heart-centered mission to keep our energy focused on that mission and trust that the money will come, provided that we're putting our energy and effort and we're taking steps every single. You can't sit back on your ass. Don't get me wrong. You have to do this. This is not a hover above your yoga mat and everything's going to work out for you. No, fuck that noise. You're actually going to have to take the steps. But the truth is, any really good rock solid plan will get you the results, provided your mission is in the right place. All right. So, Jessica, I just want to hear in any closing from you, what are your takeaways from seeing yourself shift your focus from working here with us, from doing the work to even just look at it with me, right? Because I asked you hey, I'm hearing the same language I heard 3 months ago, which signals to me that we're in a funk. So what could you say to people who are experiencing that level of frustration with any kind of career plateau that they're at?
Try to look inside yourself, figure out why you're doing what you're doing, remember why you're doing what you're doing, and try to stay committed to what you went into this for to begin with, for helping people. And remember that wanting it is not enough. You have to hold yourself up to the standards and live the life that you want to live. It's not enough just to sit back and want things to happen and hope that, if you put the energy out there a little bit, you're going to get stuff back. You really have to put the work in and live the mission and do the things that you're supposed to be doing, and it will come. It will definitely come. The universe will open up for you.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Jessica, thank you so much. For you, if you are watching this video and you recognize that you have been there, okay? Jessica and I'm sure Jessica joins me in this, we invite you to let go of any guilt or shame that you might be experiencing from let yourself fall into that funk. Okay? Because Jessica, I'm sure there was a hot moment there where it was very tempting to let those heavy emotions fall even farther down. Yes?
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. So our request is that if you're recognizing in yourself that you have succumbed to the gravity of negativity or bitterness, any of those resentments, that now is the perfect time to let all of that go. Beating yourself up about it is not going to do anything to move your mission forward. It's not going to help you help one more person. It's not going to get the kinks in the money hose that want to flow to you. It's not going to open those kinks in the hose. Okay. So I invite you, okay? Jessica invites you, okay, to let all of that go. No time like the present. Let it all go. Recenter yourself on your mission. If there's anything that we can do to support you, please reach out to Jessica and say hi. She's on Instagram at Alpha Health Wellness. So at Alpha Health Wellness. I'm on Instagram at RealJoyHouston. We're real people. Yes? Okay. Look at this beautiful woman in here. She even snuck away into her bedroom to like be on video to help you get out of a funk and get the results that you're worthy of. Okay. And so we are not robots. We are real people. Yes. And yes, we have been where you are. We've all struggled. Let us extend a helping hand. Let us help you get out of that funk and back in alignment with your mission. If you need a community to do that, I'm sure Jessica can speak to how Practitioner Accelerator members show up for one another.
Absolutely. Practitioner Accelerator has been such a wonderful community for me. It has changed everything, changed my mindset, changed how I feel about everything.
Yeah, this is like, it's really, you guys, about who you get to become on the process of living your mission. Yes, the templates are there. Yes, the tech help is there. Yes, the copy help. Yes. All that is there, okay? But the truth of the matter is who you get to be on the road to living your mission, okay? So if you need that help, obviously reach out to us. Like, we're happy to support you, all right? If this video is going to be of service to someone that you know, right? We all have those peers who we can tell the sour is taking them over. If you know a peer like that and they need this, please share that video with them. If these types of videos and understanding how to succeed with leveraged offers that leverage your brilliance and your time to reach more people, then subscribe to the HealAtScale channel, spread the word, all right? Jessica, thank you so much for being here. Any final thoughts you want to share with anybody who might be in a funk right now when they see this?
Oh, I just want to say, if you're in a funk right now, don't stay in the funk. Please do something about it. And if you want to reach out to me, please feel free to reach out and DM me. I will be happy to tell you my experiences in Practitioner Accelerator, my experiences thus far with the change in mindset, and I'm happy to talk to you. But if you're in a funk, please don't stay in that. Just get yourself, try to get yourself out of it. Life is too short.
Exactly. Well said, my friend.